no one, I assume we can carry on with our proceedings here. Good evening, everybody. My name is Guy. My call sign is Whiskey 5 Charlie Mike Kilo, located right outside of the not so much a thriving metropolis anymore since the oil field's kind of gone down, of Kilgore, Texas, in northeast Texas. And tonight I am running my TR4 Drake with a 2KD5 Henry on low tap up to a double bazooka at about 45 feet, depending on which convenience store you're leaving at the time. And I'm using a D104 with a question mark element in it, and I hope it's sounding all right. For give or take about the next hour or so, we're going to enjoy some old tube type gear. Discuss, swap, sell, trade, whatever is welcome, as long as it is boat anchor related. Don't need any computers or flex radios or anything like that to buy, sell, or trade tonight. That's Jim and Dennis's gig on Fridays and Sundays later in the week. So anyway, got a few on the list here. I'll take 4 or 5 of them, and then I'll swap it down to Jim or Lynn, whoever wants to take it next. First one I heard was KM5QS. Hey, Jay.
Well, good evening there, Mr. Guy. This is KM5QS down here in the wonderful metropolis of Alice, Texas, sometimes known as too dang close to Mexico, but yeah, we all got to be somewhere. I'm on the Collins tonight, the S-Line 32S1, 75S1, 30L1, and not all, but most of the station accessories and stuff to go with it. So, Electro Voice 664 and a homemade balance tuner feeding 160 meter dipole. And everybody sounded great. Band's good, weather's beautiful. We're looking forward to Belton, getting to shake everybody's hand and put a barbecue sandwich in it in one hand and shake the other one. You know, whatever works. But that's about it. We'll sit back and listen and expect y'all to have a good night tonight. KM5QS, back to you, guys.
All right, Jay. Yep. Later on, we'll probably kick it back between you and Jim, and y'all can throw out any plugs you need to put in for the Belton deal, or anything you might need for anybody to bring. I know there's always some sundries and this, that, and the other that can be used there at the barbecue pit, and we'll do that a little bit later on. Anything else, young man?
No, that's pretty much about it. Well, yeah, that'll be good. I'll rack my brain, see if I can think of anything. If Jim doesn't mention it, then I'll try to fill in the gaps. There may or may not be some. You never know. We're not as young as we used to be.
Hush your mouth.
KM5QS, back to you.
All right, Jay, good deal. Hey, Mr. Joseph, Mr. EIJ, what's up?
Howdy. Whiskey 5 Country Music King. This and the net. This is Whiskey Alpha 5 Echo India Juliet, Joseph and Magnolia. You guys are listening to a Central Electronics 200V. I'm listening on a Drake R4 Charlie. George, I told you wrong. It ain't a Baker, it's a Charlie. And I'm speaking on a 664 Electro Voice microphone. Everybody's got really good signals. We apparently have a good net tonight, and everybody's looking forward to Belton. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, and I don't want to tag it up because there's a lot of guys. So W5CMK and the net, WA5EIJ, over.
Roger, Joseph. Yep, you got the little fella ginning like it's supposed to. Sounding really good up this way, and I'm sure it's sounding good everywhere across the nation. All right, WB5TXW. Hey, George, what's up?
Well, good afternoon or good evening, Guy, and all around the net. I'm on the usual stuff, the S-Line, 32S175S, 3030L1, Bud Whitney, may you rest in peace, memorial power supply that he rebuilt, the speaker box that I got from Sammy that I've never seen another one of, a static 10 Delta that I've never seen another one of these either. Of course, I don't get out much. The Heathkit 2060 antenna tuner and a 160 60 meters or so of wire in the trees. And that's it. We've got good atmospherics tonight. I'm not hearing much noise. There's good signals, so this ought to be a good band tonight. Over.
Roger, I'd have to say, yeah, it's going to be a good one. You know, I've got one of those 10 DAs, and nobody likes it. It doesn't complement these Drakes at all. It sounds real tinny, and of course it gets out there. I mean, it'll drive the fire out of the radio, but it doesn't have the audio fidelity that yours does. And I guess it's just the match of the radio and the mic. Over.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Guy, you keep me in mind. Do you ever want to get rid of it? I might want to have a spare. Everybody says this one works better. What else are they using on here? Oh, some D104s, and you know the story on the D104s. You're lucky you've got a D104 with the mystery crystal or element that seems to work. Over.
Roger. Well, yeah, I still may take it apart one of these days and see if there's any writing on it. I'm sure it's probably something that's fairly common, but I've had it for a lot of years. I got it from a fellow Ham, and he got it off the internet, but that's just the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah, well, I can use an education on that. I'm fairly tripping over various microphones here, so trying to thin out the herd just a little bit. But anyway, we'll turn it back to you. And sit back and listen. This is WB5TXW back to net.
Okie dokie there, Mr. George. Yeah, I'm looking forward to visiting with y'all come this weekend, so we'll see you there. I'm going to grab Scott TS here, and I got something going on. I need to move off and do some tuning. I got something messing up on me here. So, W5TS Scott, what's up?
Good evening, guys. Scott W5TS and Spicewood. I'm on a Helicopter H237. My mic is a D104, and my receiver is a Helicopter SX111. You guys are sounding great. I am in the market. If anybody has a Shure 444 mic they want to get rid of, my email is on QRZ under Whiskey 5 Tango Sierra. So that's all I have, guy. Back to you, over.
GLB at Belton.
If he's going to be at Belton, tell him to come by the barbecue pit. One of us is probably going to have one.
Yeah, Scott, did you copy?
No, I didn't copy that.
Okay, well, if you're coming to Belton, I'm sure you probably can run across a 444 somewhere amongst the wide array of products that are going to be on display down there. Over.
Well, I can bring him on. That's not a problem.
Okay, KB5ZIV Jim said he has one that he can bring with himself to Belton if you're going to make it there, Scott. Over.
Okay, roger.
All right, anything else, Scott?
My email is on QRZ.
Okay, good deal. His email's good on QRZ, so... All right, hey, Jim or Lynn, y'all want to pick it up? I need to go do something about this. It's not working right. W5CMK.
Jim, you want it or shall I?
I'll go ahead. I'm always bringing up the tail end.
All right. Good evening, everybody. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin. This is the Collins S3 line, and I'm driving a Collins 30L1 into a full wave 80-meter loop about 15 and 20 feet off the ground. I'm going to do my first shift here on the Collins. I'll do my second shift on the Central Electronics 20A, which transceives with a Hallicrafter's receiver and drives a homebrew linear amplifier. All right, I've got two things for the want list before I call anybody. I need an octal plug. In other words, the same thing that looks like the bottom of an octal tube, except it will have a ring so you can mount it to the chassis. So I need the opposite of an octal socket. I need an octal plug that I can mount on a chassis, and I'd take 2 or 3 of them if we can come up with some. And also, I'm probably looking for a Junker Drake T4 transmitter, T4X, whatever, because I think I burned out a driver transformer.
in the RF section of that one I've been using here. All right, I'm going to call DPP, and I'm going to call CGI, and if those guys don't come back, then I'm going to call K5EF. So, Sammy, W5DPP, you still over there somewhere? K5LYN. All right, Sammy might have gone down the hall. What about Richard? K5CGI. How about it, Richard? They were in earlier, but I thought they might not come around. All right, let's talk to K5EF. How about it, Nick? K5LYN.
Hey, Lynn. K5EF. I'm hearing everybody just great tonight, and I'll take a look at my warehouse and see if I've got the chassis plugs, the 8-pin jobs. And, you know, my neighbor's coming with me, W5 X-Ray United, David, and he is a Drake collector, restorer par excellence. He's working on, he's got a room full of Drakes. Unfortunately, a ham in Baton Rouge that had all the flooding, his house went underwater and it just inundated probably a half a dozen Drake lines and at least 3 TR7s and a couple of amplifiers. It was really a mess. And aside from that, he had a lot of junkers. So I'll ask him if he's got one of those driver coils, because he's coming up tomorrow with me, guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, why don't I remind me of his call, if his email address is on QRZ, I'll send him a note.
W5 X-Ray United. I'll send you an email about him in just a little bit.
Okay, that is great. I'm terribly sorry to hear about the disaster. That's really, really sad. But I'm glad he's going to make the trip, and we'll just pick up and go from there. That's great, Nick. Anything else on your end?
Well, the one interesting thing about it, because I've been over his place and I've looked at some of this stuff, and it's rough. But unusually, at least in my mind, it seemed unusual, but the later model Drakes with the CAD plated chassis did really well. But the ones that had the copper chassis, oh God, it has turned into rust buckets. It's just incredible.
Yeah. You know, I've got a couple of, I've got a 2B and a 2A over here where they haven't been flooded, but they turn black on their own. You know, that's, I guess, because it's a copper clad rather than copper all the way through. Part of it, I guess.
Yeah, I might get him to throw one in the car so we can take an eyeball look at it, because it's really incredible. I had no idea that stuff could disintegrate that quickly.
Well, that's really unfortunate. I've spoken to Mother Nature about being kinder to us lately, but it hadn't worked.
Yeah, I understand completely.
Right. All right, Nick. Good to hear you. We'll see. I'll be there Friday midday, something like that. Anything else for the group tonight?
No, I'm good. 73, guys. I can't wait to meet y'all.
All right. Let's see if Jim, W5SWM. Jim, we heard you a while ago. You still out there somewhere? K5LYN.
Yeah, we're just dragging our feet around here, Lynn. K5LYN and the Boat Anchor Troop. This is Jim down here in southern tip of Texas. W5SWM on my my Drake TR4 tonight. Alias 4-boy Collins. But we're applying a little power to the SB200 out of the Drake out to the 8040 dipole out there, and that's about the size of that. Finally got a little rain, maybe half inch, something like that, down here over the last couple of days, and certainly been enjoying that. Grass is even looking better already. And with that, we'll turn it back to you, Lynn. And I hear you well, but I think Guy was having a little problem. I was hearing him well, but his signal went down and I was having a little trouble with him. So I think he probably noticed what was going on. W5SWM, back to you.
Yeah, okay, Jim. You know, we can still determine the seasons by how loud you and I are into each other's QTHs. You're back up to your winter signal, and it's nice to hear. It sounded really good. All right, I'm going to pick up one more here, my friend down in Wimberley, and then I'll give it to Jim, let him talk to some folks while I go over and either warm up or explode the Central Electronics station. We'll see. W5SFN, how you doing, Al? K5LYN.
Not bad, Lan. This is W5SFN Wimberley. I'm talking on my old San Angelo Bob 520S here. My old other old piece of junk over here. They told me it was fuzzy, so I got to get into it. Probably final tubes or something. I got a brand new pair of finals for it, and this, that, and the other. So I got to get into it tomorrow, thinking, take it all apart, clean all the switches, and give it alignment, and clean that band switch that changes the VFO. And I don't know why the man invented that way, but he did. But everybody sounds good. I didn't hear a bad one. This W5SFN Wimberley.
Yeah, you got a beautiful signal, Al, as usual. A great technician at work there. All right, Jim. KB5ZIV, you want to take this thing? K5LYN.
Sure, Lynn. Am I good?
You are great.
Roger. Hi, folks. This is KB5ZIV. You are listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Let me turn this other one down. Tonight I'm on the FT101E. I'm driving the B&W PT2500A. That goes into the big tuner. Goes out there to the big double extended ZEP. So hopefully I'm being heard and everything's going to be all right. Hey, Freddie, FJF, what's going on over there in Clear Lake area? Well, maybe I'll have to come back to him. Hey, Gary, W5BFA, what's going on over there in Humble?
Oh, not a whole lot, Jim. We're just taking it easy. No rain, no thunderstorms. Everything's been kind of quiet. But everybody's sounding real good tonight. This is W5BFA on the TX520S. No amplifier at the time. Looking forward to seeing everybody at Belton. We're going to try to pick up a big amplifier for this boat anchor stuff up there. So see you guys at Belton Friday. I hope to be there Friday night, and of course I'll see you Saturday. But everything's going real good. Everybody's sounding great. W5ZIV, Jim, W5BFA.
Hi, Gary. We'll be looking for you.
I'll see you around the pit there Friday night, I hope.
Roger. We'll be having way too much fun by then.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right. Hey, Mr. Doug, W5IS over there in Louisiana. What's going on, brother?
KB5ZIV in the net. W5IS. Well, it's a little bit cooler than it has been, so everything looks like it's going into the fall all right. Hope y'all have good weather at Belton. I have been into a couple of storms over when I used to go regular. I moved back to Louisiana. It's a pretty long drive for the old man, so I won't make it, but y'all have a good time. I started off on the Swan 700 tonight, and it got to drifting on me after it got warm, so I got to do some checking on it. I'm on the 830 Kenwood now, driving a Mark II Swan amp up to an inverted V and MC50 microphone. So that's the story here, and you're booming in good, Jim. Good signal out of the far south west Texas. I guess that's about it. KB5ZIV in the net, W5IS.
Well, you're good over here, Doug. You're about 20 over, so got a good signal, good audio. I don't see anything wrong with that. All right, hey, Mr. Jim up there in Round Rock, WD5JKO.
All right, KB5ZIV and the Boat Anchor Net, this WD5JKO. Trying to get my scope set a little bit there. It's not quite triggering. Well, never mind. So, good signals and good band conditions, and hopefully you guys are hearing me on this Central Electronics 20A, running barefoot tonight. Band Hopper VFO and ICOM R75 receiver. So not too much new here to report, but just wanted to get on and say a hello. Back to net, KB5ZIV, WD5JKO.
All right, Jim, you're good here, brother. You got a good S9 signal into Uvalde.
All right, you're 20 over here, Jim, with the attenuator on the ICOM, so you're doing real good.
Yeah, well, them 23500s are helping.
Those are in that big tuner, right?
That goes into the big tuner, which is almost as big as the darn amplifier.
There you go.
All right. Hey, let's see if we can reach up there. Hey, Steve, KB0UOA, can you hear me now?
It's KB0UOA, Steve Wichita. Yeah, I got a good comp in now. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I picked up this 0830 to get rid of my FT101F if anyone's looking for radio needs a little bit of work, and I've got the YC601 digital display, the YB844 mic, and the matching speaker. I'm going to sell it all, so hopefully this 830 sounds okay down there tonight. Running it into my AC 2100 FM, so I hope it sounds right.
Yeah, you're pretty good down here, Steve. You might be a hair up the band from me, but other than that, it sounds real good to me.
Well, I appreciate that. It looks like I'm running about 500 watts into the 2100 in my fan dipole, so you guys are all sounding good up here tonight.
All right, well, hopefully you have a good week. You ain't going to try to come to Belton, are you?
No, I'm on standby for my job. I can't give it over 20, 30 miles from my work.
Roger. Well, maybe one of these days you'll get to make the trek.
Well, about a little over a year I'm going to be retired, and I can do what I want then.
There you go.
Thanks for letting me check in, guys. KB0UOA.
All right. All right, let's see if Freddie made it back. W5FJF. Freddie, you make it back? Well, maybe he set the attic on fire. All right, Lynn, you got everything rearranged?
I think I'm back up and good, Jim.
All right. Yeah, you sound all right here. I was just going to see if Lynn was switching radios. I was waiting to see if he got it rearranged there, guy.
I think so. Am I on there?
Yeah, you're here now.
All right, go ahead, guy. You can show it to me after a while.
Roger. Well, I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. This is Whiskey 5 Charlie Mike Kilo, Northeast Texas, right out of Kilgore, listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited. I'm running a Drake with probably some dust bunnies in there. I need to pull it out of there and take it apart and blow it out, make it feel a little better. But for now, I think we got it running. All right, if you'd like to check in with the Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now with your call sign suffix slowly, and I will try to get you in here.
5R.
How about Sugar Victor? I got 5 R's, Papa Sugar Victor. There was a couple more in there. Y'all slow down and try it again.
Papa Mike Kilo.
Bravo Tango Mexico.
All right, I got PMK, BTM, and there was a Victor Juliet something. I didn't get the last letter of the suffix. Try it one more time. Victor Juliet Tango. Man, you're going to be real light on me. Maybe we can let one of the other guys get you. But let's start back up at the top of the list here. Hey, Rusty, what's up?
Good evening, Guy, and everybody else on the Boat Anchors Net. This is WK5R. Name here is Rusty. We're located up here halfway between Dallas and Tyler, and we're running the usual Drake TR4CW, the RB4C, the Audio-Technica AT2035 microphone, and driving the Homebrew GS35B amplifier through the Homebrew tuner out to the Homebrew fan dipole. That's what we're doing there. A very easy legal limit. Looking forward to seeing everybody down there at Belton. And for Jim down there in Uvalde, I talked to Maypearl Jim a little while ago on the telephone. And he was asking me if I could deliver that radio to him. And I told him I thought I could. So that's about all I got from here. So I'll, unless the Uvalde Jim wants to respond to that, I'll throw it back to Guy. WK5R, back to net.
Yeah, thanks, Russ.
That's good enough. I'll see you again. I'll be about 8:30 Friday evening when I get there, because I got to make my evening run there and drop the kids off. As soon as I drop them off, I'll be headed southwest.
Roger.
All right, good deal, Rusty. Hey, does the ATF know that you get all that home brewing going on?
Wrong kind of home brewing.
Well, okay then. We'll take it for what it is. All right, I got a Papa Sugar Victor, I believe, is next up. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Roger. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Papa Sugar Victor. Just tuned in on net here just for a second, and I happened to hear a friend of mine, WD5JKO, and I wanted to yell at him for a second if I could. If not, I'll just sit here and listen for a while. Over.
Oh, I don't care. Go ahead.
WD5JKO, this WA5PSB. Do you copy, Jim?
Turtle, this is Weasel.
I know. Are you going to Belton?
I am going to Belton.
When, Saturday or Friday?
I'll be there about Saturday, about 8 o'clock.
Okay, well, I'll be there. I'm going Friday again. I just wanted to yell at you. You got a really good signal over here. You're about, I think you were about 30 over S9 over here. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll get out of here. Y'all carry on. This is WA5PSB.
All right, guys. Now, I'm sure there's some kind of story behind the turtle and the weasel thing, and I'm not going to ask for an explanation on the air tonight, but possibly the barbecue pit will have another story to be told. Over.
Info.
Go ahead.
If he doesn't get there till 8 o'clock, the morning tacos may be gone already. Go ahead, Guy. KM5QS.
All right, Jay. Well, you're tantalizing them there, or you might be blackmailing them, one or the other. All right, Papa Mike Kilo, come on in.
This is K5 Papa Mike Kilo. Good evening to the net. My name is Terry, Tango Echo Romeo Yankee. I'm in Lucedale, Mississippi. I'm running a Yaesu FT980 into an E-Kit amplifier, an SB230 running a 7783 tube, or 8873 it is. And I'm using a full wave loop antenna at the moment with a Nell network in it, old Dentron tuner, close to 500 watts here. So anyway, that's the scoop here on the station, and thank you very much for running in there. Back to net control, this is K5PMK.
All right, Terry, I believe you said Mississippi, so that's a good deal. We got a little stretching going on over toward the East Coast, and not that far from where I am, but it's several hours drive over there. So anything else you want to drop in on us there, Terry?
Well, no, not at the moment, other than I appreciate the net. And I think it's a really good thing that we do this during the middle of the week and keep this old gear going. And everybody's got their stuff sounding real good. So back over to you. This is K5PMK.
All righty, Terry. Yeah, it's a lot of work to keep these old rigs running, but it's a lot of gratification to know that they're going to work. So good deal. Great to hear you, Terry. Let's see. I got a Victor Juliet Tango, I think. And Jim and Lynn, I may need some help because I didn't have a very good copy on them. Victor Juliet Tango, come in. Victor Juliet Tango, try it one more time and I'll see if I can pull you out. Well, I guess not. Hey, BTM, I know you. Come on in here.
Where'd you go, Ralph?
Might have had a whatever that is you call it.
Well, I heard him check in there.
Hello, Ralph. Are you out there? Oh, yeah, we'll come back around to him and see here in a minute. Anybody like to check in with the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come with your call sign suffix, and I will try to get you in here. Edward David X-Ray.
Kilo 5, Lima Tango.
All right, I got EDX and Lima Tango. Go ahead, Byron.
Good evening, guys. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray. Beautiful Bluffdale, Texas. And hello to everybody on the net. Guy, you're sounding real good tonight. As is everybody. And we're just sitting right here getting some radios kind of cleaned up, packed up to take down to Belton. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you. And swapping a few lines. So on the 820S here tonight, Kenwood, with the old standard rig with the D104 inverted D. I'll probably take this 820 down there because this is a good one. Has a real stable display. So if it sounds good and anybody needs a Kenwood, come by and see me at the table inside. What else? Just enjoying winter. Really nice, and I ordered the weather, guys. If anybody has a complaint for the weather in Belton, tell them to see me. That's the best I can do. Back to you guys. WA5EDX.
And 5MAB.
All right, hang on, MAB, just a second. Byron, you might have a little bit of RF in there. You may be running the mic gain just a little hot, but it doesn't sound too awful bad, but there's just something that's not quite right.
Okay. Yeah, I've had trouble with this D104 and RF getting back into the rig.
Now, that sounded pretty good. Of course, the signal was down a little bit, but there was no artifacts in there. Over.
Okay. Well, I turned the mic gain down a little. Did that help?
Roger, sound a lot better to me.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I don't have ground wires on these rigs. I've been moving them around so much, you know. I don't have a separate ground wire like I should. So, and my bad. Oh, I heard it may be in there, Paul. Paul, I needed to tell you, pass along, check your email. Check your email. I sent you some SX101 pictures.
Okay, roger that. Will do. Over.
Roger. Let me know if you didn't get them.
All righty, gentlemen. Let's move right along. I believe I have a Lima Tango. Is that correct, or did I write it down wrong?
That's correct. Kilo 5, Lima Tango.
Well, carry on.
Good evening, Guy, and everybody on the net. Everybody's sounding good tonight. And everybody's band was open, and I had some time, so fired up the old radio. So tonight I got the Heathkit SB101 running, going into the Heathkit SB201 amplifier, and going into the Heathkit SA2040 tuner, into a dipole antenna. So everything's green tonight. So everybody seems to be working good. So I don't have much. Just thought I'd check in and shake a little dust off the old radio.
Roger. Well, the green stuff is sounding good tonight. Remind me of the name there, please.
Oh, sorry about that. I forgot. The name on this end is Lyle, Lima Yankee Lima Echo, and I am located in Bernie, Texas, which is about 30 miles, mostly north of San Antonio.
Okay, Lyle, yeah, I remember now. You know, as the days go on, and all of the things go round and round in these little brains that we got. Things kind of get jumbled up. But yeah, Bernie, Texas, you're over close to Mr. Al, right down there at Wimberley, so y'all not too far apart.
No, Wimberley's not too far from here. It's probably about a 45-minute drive. Small, windy roads.
Yep, the kind that makes you relax and think about what's going on. Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had my fair share of that yesterday. My son had a football game in Uvalde, Texas, and so drove out there for the game and then drove back to Bernie. Nice 2-hour drive through Hondo and Bandera and all the way back in.
Well, you was down there kind of in Jim's backyard, down there, front yard, maybe.
Yes, I was. I went through Hondo twice yesterday. Once going west and once going east.
Yeah, well, he's down closer to Uvalde, I think. But all right, anything else, Mr. Lyle?
No, sir. Everybody sounded good tonight. You have a good night. K5LT.
All righty, good to hear you, Lyle. All right, anybody else for the boat anchors? Come now with your call sign suffix, please.
And 5MAB.
Whiskey Oscar Zulu.
Hotel Norway, India. Got MAB, WOZ, and H&I. Go ahead, MAB.
Okay, well, hey, I just wanted to check in. I don't think I've ever been on the net before, but name here is Paul. I'm in San Angelo, Texas, and I was on the HT37, but when I switched it over to sideband, I'm not sure what happened. So I switched to an old rice burner and got back on here, and I know a bunch of the guys on here. I think I probably talked to most of them. But in any case, I just thought I'd check in, and I'm going to Belton, too. So, fine business, and net's great. Thank you so much, and really enjoyed it here. So back to net from N5MAB.
All right, Paul, good deal. Look forward to meeting you over there. We're planning on being there if the creek don't rise. If it does rise, we'll put our floaties on and go on, put in four-wheel drive going across anyway. All right, good deal, Paul. Hey, WOZ, Popcorn Man, come on in there.
Yeah, good evening, guy. This is Dan, KWOZ in Houston. I'm cheating a little bit, but I don't know, when we call about boat anchors, I guess we're just talking about things that light up. This one is, it's probably 20 years old. It's a Kenwood 950 SD. It's in beautiful shape, but I'm driving a homebrew amplifier with it, so I guess that partially counts. It's a pair of GI-46Bs, about 1,300 watts. It'll do a whole lot more than that, but it's all we need tonight anyway. If anybody's interested, I've got a couple things I was going to take to Belton, but if there's no interest, I won't take them. I got a Heathkit SB220 that I would sell cheaper than any of them I've seen on QTH in the last couple of months. It's in beautiful shape, works great. It's got good iMac tubes in it, and I use it all the time. It's good, very good amplifier, very, very clean also. And I've got a Helicopters SX110 receiver with a Heathkit QF1 Q multiplier, which it's a pretty good receiver by itself, but with that Q multiplier, it's fantastic for pulling things out and sorting things out, you might say. So I'll take both of those if somebody's interested. I got a whole bunch of other stuff like that here too, but I probably won't talk about it tonight. Anyway, if someone is interested, I'm good on the QRZ database for email under KHWOZ, or they can reach me on the cell phone at 281-974-8171. And I'm anxious to get on the road. Probably about, won't get out of here till probably about noon Friday, but we'll be there. See you then, guy. Thanks very much. KWOZ.
All right, Dan. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you up there. Anybody need a fill on any of Dan's stuff, the SP220 or the SX110 with the Q multiplier? If you need a fill, let me know now.
Well, I don't need a fill, guy, but those 220s are pretty popular, and if it's in that, good a shape and everything, you might ought to take it just on spec, because it'll probably go.
Yeah, My vehicle that I'm driving probably doesn't have enough. If I put that in, something else can't go. You know what I mean?
So, okay, never mind then, because I want my stuff to show up.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Dan, is if the amplifier goes, the important cargo has to stay at home, over?
Well, some of the cargo I had in there for Jay probably has to stay home.
Oh, I see. Well, there you go. We'll just put it right in the lap.
No, I'm just kidding. But he's right. Maybe I will take it.
All right, good deal, Dan. Anyway, Dan's phone number's area code 281-974-8171, and I'm pretty sure he's good on QRZ.
Thank you, guy.
All right, good deal, Dan. See you down there on Thursday or Friday.
You bet.
HNI, hey, Steve, out in the hill country. Come on in and let us know what you got going on.
Yeah, good evening there, Guy, and the multitude out there. Boy, the band's in pretty good shape. WD5HNI. Man, I got a whole room full of you. Are you hearing me okay tonight?
Oh, man, yeah, just like you sitting here visiting.
Roger, roger. Well, tonight we're on the early Swan here. This is the old 350, not the A model or the B model. It's the old original 350 Swan, and riding barefoot with old Shure 444 mic, and ladder line out to a full wave loop. So that's the rundown here. Looking forward to Belton, and looks like the weather's going to agree with us this year there, Roger.
Yep, I think we're finally going to get some really fine fall weather, because we actually had a pretty cool morning here this morning, and then it got kind of warm, about 91 degrees after lunch. But, yeah, they're saying in the 80s, the mid-80s down at Belton, and that's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, I had 59 this morning. I think it's going to be colder tonight, but I'm still out here in shorts underneath the ceiling fan, so it feels righteous, you know.
Yeah, roger, roger.
Anyway, that's about it. I'll be seeing y'all this weekend, and looking forward to another good ham fest coming up.
All right, good deal, Steve. We're looking forward to visiting with you when we see you down there. We'll be there Thursday afternoon, and then of course, we won't be leaving till the fat lady sings, but oh wait, maybe that's the fat man like me sings. Anyway, all right, good deal. Hey, Lynn, you got everything swapped over? You want to give it a whirl? K5LYN Whiskey 5, Charlie Mike Kilo.
Well, I think so, Guy. Tell me if it sounds all right before I talk too long. K5LYN.
Sound like $1 million.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. We're back here. Wait a minute. And there, that's better. I had a band switch wasn't making every connection it needed to make. K5LYN on the Central Electronics 28, which I have married to a Hallicrafters SX115, so I'm transceiving as if these were the Collins twins, the Drake twins, or whatever. And I'm driving a homebrew amplifier, 4 6DQ5s, grid-driven, and I'm kicking the amplifier about 300 watts out less than I did when I was driving at full power with the Collins, so it's doing pretty well. Okay, who else for the net tonight? K5LYN, listening? Well, the guy, you may have cleaned house there. I want to tell Steve, HNI, that he still has the best-sounding Swan I've ever heard. Beautiful over here, Steve. Who else for the net? K5LYN, listening? Well, I thought I was going to get the filibuster on this station. Where are you guys out there in Nebraska, in Kansas, in Mississippi, in Georgia, in Florida? How about it? K5LYN. I need a report from you guys. Well, Jim, I think I'm up the wrong end of you-know-what creek. K5LYN, over to you.
Well, you're only about 20 over here.
Well, it looks pretty good on the meters, too. I'm kicking nearly 600 mils.
It doesn't get any better than that, Lynn.
Oh, thank you, Jay. Looks pretty good. I'm kicking the meter more than 300 watts, and it's not a peak reading meter.
Well, we're going to find you one of those.
Yeah, I need one. That'll tell us the truth about it.
Anyway, it's working good for you, man.
Well, I'm real pleased how it came out. You know, a lot of trial and error was involved, and I still put on goggles when I sit in front of it.
Ah.
Well, you can't be too careful, you know.
Yeah, I may be.
Hey, who else for the net tonight? K5LYN, listening?
K5LYN and 5MAB.
Okay, MAB. That was Paul, right?
Yeah, that's Paul. And I wanted to shout at EDX. I don't see the email he's talking about. I was looking for a nice SX101 to go in the the Holocrafter station here, and shoot, I don't see his email. I don't know why. Over.
Well, a conversation we had with Joseph a while ago,
And check and see if you have a spam box. That maybe some of these things get into the spam filter sometimes.
Yeah, well, I've checked there also.
Oh, well, there's another issue then.
Contact Byron, W85EDX.
Go ahead, Byron.
Paul, you might send me an email. I'm good on QRZ. J. Byron Crowe, CROWE @gmail. Send me an email and I'll reply to that just to make sure I had the right email you wanted me to use. I'm not at my computer right now, so I can't say exactly which email I sent it to, but anyhow, I'll try that. Maybe the pictures were too big. I may have to crop them down.
Oh, okay, Byron. Yeah, if it's a really nice one, I'd probably be interested. So, yeah, we'll try that again, and after we get off here, I'll shoot you an email. Back to Ned, and thanks for letting me make the contact there. And 5MAB.
Glad y'all got together on it. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Net this evening? K5LYN, listening?
Whiskey 5, Charlie Victor Echo.
Charlie Victor Echo, pick it up.
SW5, Charlie Victor Echo. Name is Ed, and I'm in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Now, Len, I'll tell you what, now you've got a nice looking station there. I like that.
Well, thank you, Ed. I hope you're hearing me well up there. And Ardmore, Oklahoma. I used to go through that part of Oklahoma. We went fishing in Tishomingo. You probably know where that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a pretty good place to go eat barbecue and all that kind of stuff. Everything.
Yeah, I have great memories of that place as a kid growing up. Well, glad you came by tonight. Tell us about your station.
Well, I'm running a Yaesu FTDX 1200. Don't have a boat anchor anymore. Just slipped across here and found you guys. And then I've got a Kenwood TS2000. I run it mostly on digital modes and run an IROP node and on 440, and then I run a Alstar node on 2 meters. So, and I'm using Raspberry Pis for all that. That's the rundown over here on this side. W5CVE. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess with the cool front, y'all got some cool weather up there. Is that right?
Well, they got pretty warm today. It got up to 92 here in Ardmore today. I didn't think we was going to see any more 90s, but we did.
That's weird. It was only about 82.3 here in Austin. All right, Dad. Good to hear you. Anything else for the net tonight?
I think I double with you.
I just say good to hear from you. Anything else for the net tonight?
No, I don't have anything else. Sure was nice meeting you guys. This is Whiskey 5, Charlie Victor Echo.
All right, we'll all be at the big Hamfest in Belton, Texas, Friday and Saturday, so if you're around, come by. Who else for the net? K5LYN, listening?
WD5ADC.
Okay, WD5ADC, did I get that right?
Roger, roger. This is Rick, located in Harlingen.
Rick, you got a nice signal into Austin. Come on in and tell us about it.
All righty, well, you're booming in here tonight, too. That station sounds real good. I don't know what you're on, but it sounds good. I'm on the KWM2 tonight, 75A4 outboard receiver, 30L1 amp, and that's going into a tuner and then into, well, I really don't need the tuner. It's going through for a switch. It's going into a 8040 inverted V up about 28 feet.
Oh, you got a great signal, KWM2. I don't have one anymore. I used to, but I still use the Collins S3 line all the time. And what you're hearing on my end is a Central Electronics 20A from the year 1957, driving a homebrew grid-driven amplifier. Over.
Well, it's doing a good job. About how many watts you running?
Well, we've been talking about that. I've got a Daiwa cross needle power SWR bridge, and I'm talking it up to, it's not peak reading, and I'm talking it up to maybe a little more than 300 watts.
Well, you're probably doing considerably more than that.
Well, it could be. Looks pretty good on the meters around here. I'm pulling nearly 600 mils of plate current. And that's with a little over 1,000 volts.
Okay, well, that's doing the job.
All right, anything else for the net tonight?
No, enjoyed talking to you, 7-3.
Glad you came by. Who else for the net? K5LYN listening?
KD5EUO.
EUO. Hey, how you doing, Hal? Kyle.
Hey, this is Kyle, Kilo Delta 5, Echo Uniform Oscar, your neighbor, checking in from Central Austin with no traffic.
Yeah, Kyle, I got the letters reversed. How you doing? You got a nice signal this evening.
Thanks, I'm doing really well. Had the chance to just step in and check in. I've been AWOL the past few weeks, but you're sounding really great too, so just happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you come by tonight. Sorry we're going to miss you at Belton. We'll have to shoot for it again 6 months from now.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to miss it. Such is the way things go when you got parental obligations, but you know, that's all right. I'm enjoying the alternative too, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, we enjoy seeing you and your son when y'all come by at breakfast now then again. All right, Kyle, anything else for the net tonight?
No, I think that's all I got. We'll just be sure to start joining y'all for breakfast in November once this whole cross-country track season is over at the high school. So back to net.
Good to hear you. Beautiful signal. Who else for the net? K5LYN listening?
Oscar.
Okay, I got Oscar, and somebody else. Let's talk to Oscar first.
Yeah, Roger. Kilo India 5, Oscar. I'm in southwest Travis County, right on the Hayes-Travis County line, 290 west, close to Bidju Road. Running an FT902 here, barefoot, into an inverted V dipole. KI500.
It's doing a great job. If you told me your name, it went by me too fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Name is George. Go by Mike. And so you can call me George or you can call me Mike, as they used to say on Laugh-In.
All right. Well, we'll call you Mike tonight, I guess. Are we going to see you at Belton this weekend?
Absolutely. And I'm looking at your picture here, and I used to work down at the Texas Department of Health, now called Department of State Health Services, and retired from there, and I think I've seen you walking around down there.
Well, I'm retired from when it was Texas Department of Mental Health and Mental Retardation. Reckon we crossed paths one time or another?
Well, that's possible. You were probably over there at the 45th Street campus.
25 years.
Well, I retired after 15 years, and, man, I love being retired.
Yes. Don't we all? All right, we'll be out there around the barbecue in the parking lot, so come by, okay?
Roger, Lynn. Enjoyed it. KI500, back to net.
Okay, let's see if I can hear the other person that checked in at the same time Mike did. Not real strong. Give me a call, K5LYN.
Whiskey 5 Mike Oscar.
W5MO, pick it up.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. Name is Monty in San Antonio. We're running a Sun Air GSB 900DX. It's a synthesizer rig from about 1979, a commercial rig, to 40-meter half wave and about 100 watts out. Over.
Did you say a 40-meter?
Roger. It's an in-fed 68-foot. It's a random wire, basically. Over.
Well, it's doing a remarkably good job because I'm hearing you just fine in Austin. Okay, and did I get the name as Marty? I might have missed that.
Monty, Mike Oscar, November Tango Echo.
Monty, okay, gotcha. All right, good deal. Glad you came by tonight. Anything else for the net?
No, hope to see everybody at Belton this weekend.
Well, most everybody here on the frequency be around in the parking lot and inside, but for sure out by the barbecue. All right, glad you came by. Hey, we're about to approach the bottom of the hour. I better see if there's anybody else that wants to talk to me tonight. Then we'll pass it around to Jim and to Guy and let them tie up loose ends. Who else? Anybody for me? K5LYN listening.
Kilo Lima 7 Charlie Delta.
Hey, Mr. CD. What do you say, Mike?
Oh, not much. Thanks for letting me in. I was watching the Rangers game, and I looked down at my watch and saw that I was just about to miss the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, so I ran in here to see if everybody was still on. Then, of course, I had to switch over to the dummy load and get everything loaded up on this frequency, and I hope I'm getting out okay. Running the same old boat anchor rig here, Heathkit Hallicrafters twins, to a Henry amplifier and an inverted V up about 25 feet. And I'd like to put in a request. Anybody on the air that's going to Belton, I'll be there. And I have an old military receiver, a BC-342, which is identical to a BC-312. The difference being the 312 was run with a dynamotor, and the 342 has its own 110-volt power supply. But my audio output transformer, which is a potted transformer, gave up the ghost about 3 or 4 nights ago. I was in the process of changing out my AM station. I'm going to take my SX96 to Belton, and I put the 342 in its place. And I really like it as an AM receiver. But now I'm in the market for an audio output transformer or a junk rig, a 312 or a 342 junker. So I hope to find something I can work with at Belton. Anyway, that's it from this end. Lynn, I'm going. I'm taking quite a few rigs to see if I can swap or sell and let somebody else enjoy them. They're all in good shape. Hope to see you there. K5LYN, KL7 Charlie Delta, New Braunfels.
Mike, is that kind of an ordinary audio output transformer you'd like you'd find on a broadcast receiver or something like that, or does it need to be fancier?
No, it would probably work. In fact, I took an audio output transformer out of a Hallicrafters S53 that I parted out, and I stuck it in there, shoehorned it in there, but it doesn't work. And of course, I didn't check the audio output transformer before I put it in there to see if it was open or shorted or whatever, but that didn't work for me. And I'm sure I'll eventually find something, but obviously the best choice would be a replacement out of a parts rig, a BC-312 or 342. Go ahead.
Contact.
Comment?
Yeah, Lynn, this is Dan. I just wonder if he knows what the audio output tube is. I can look up the specs and probably hunt around, see if I've got something that'll match the output impedance.
Do you know that, Mike?
Yes, I do. It's a 6 Foxtrot 6 is the audio output tube.
Just same as
and in the S53, it was a 6 Kilo 6.
I may have something here.
And I looked in the handbook, in the old handbooks I have, and they're somewhere in the range of 7,000 to 10,000 ohms input to the audio output transformer, and then the output side, at least on the BC-342N, the taps I use is 4,000 ohms. I drive a 600 ohm speaker, and I have some old headphones that are somewhere in the 2,000 to 4,000 ohm range, but it drives that 600 ohm speaker just fine. So I'm looking for something about like that. If I can only get 4 ohms on the output, then I'll just run a bare speaker. So I'm pretty flexible on the output side, but that's pretty common, 5,000 to 10,000 ohms on the input side. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. The output impedance, though, is the one that's going to be hard to find, probably. That might be why that one didn't work, unless you tried with a 4 or 8 ohm speaker.
Actually, there were 2 outputs on the S53, one for headphones and one for the speaker, and there was a switch on the rig. And so I used the output leads for the headphones, which is supposed to be somewhere around 2,000 ohms.
Roger. Okay. I'll check around, see what I can find here.
I'll look too, Mike.
All right, good deal. I figured I'd just put the word out.
All right. Spectacular. That's what the net's all about. Okay, Jim, I think I'll wind my end down. How about you, KB5CIV and the boat anchors, K5LYN?
All right. All right, folks. This is KB5ZIV. And as Dennis says, I think me and Jay are going to say a few thousand words about Belton. Hopefully we get to see a whole bunch of y'all up there. Y'all bring us something to cook, or bring us a little wood to burn, or bring some tortillas, or some eggs, or whatever. Bring yourself. If I haven't ever met you before, come and give me a big old handshake. Hopefully I won't be knee-deep in grease or smoke or something. Anyway, come up there and have a good time with us. You got anything, Jay?
Oh, well, maybe a little. I'm just going to reinforce everything Jim said. It's always a great time, and it's kind of a, you know, y'all, everybody contributes and everybody enjoys, and the only people that go away hungry, it's their fault. Whoops! Wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mike, KL7CD. I'm still planning on bringing some salmon that I caught this past spring in Alaska. And I don't know how you normally cook that on a grill. I generally put it in tinfoil with some lemon and onions and poach it, put some seasoning on it, that sort of thing. But I was wondering if I need to bring some tinfoil.
No, negative. I got plenty.
Okay, you got plenty of fish now.
I do.
That'll definitely work, and I corrected my problem. Yeah, we tinfoil. No, if someone out there has a few of those little, it looks like tinfoil, but those little bitty cooking pans that we always seem to run short of stuff to put the sausage and stuff in when it comes off the grill. We don't want to leave it on there and burn it up. So if someone has a few of those laying around, you know, that might come in handy. But other than that, I think we're pretty well covered. We've mentioned everything previous to this. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I got 8 of those big pans I normally use.
Well, you got the big ones. Okay. Well, yeah, that'd probably work. Okay. I'm bringing one like I did last time. I've got one large one that I want to use for the eggs in the morning, so it'll be fresh, you know, unused, and nobody will have to worry about spoiled food or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
What time do y'all roll in there on Friday morning? I've got a room on Thursday night, and I'm just trying to figure out about what time to get there where and give me a spot to set up.
Well, why don't you come over and visit with us Thursday evening?
Yeah, we're going to be there about midday Thursday.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, I can do that. Have you got any way, if this fish is frozen, but I'm going to have it in a cooler with ice on it, so it'll be plenty cold. But do you want me to just keep it in the cooler and drop it off there by the smoker, or I don't want to take it back out of the? I'm not going to have any place to keep it overnight.
So we can put it in the back of my truck.
We can do that, and if it's frozen real good, and if there's a lot of it, you may not have to put any ice in with it. Just put it in the cooler, and by the time we're ready to cook it, it should be about right.
How much are you guys ready for? I got a bunch.
Whatever you bring, we'll deal with it.
If it ain't more than one big cooler, we can handle it.
All right, you asked for it.
We'll get it.
Hey, Mike, I've been known to run 700, 800 pounds of food across that thing on a Friday.
You wouldn't believe
right,
the volume that Matt can put
give you
out,
another one.
And it don't usually
About
last
3 months
long
ago, we caught a bunch of tuna. You want me to bring some tuna?
Now, just bring the salmon.
Okay, I'll bring salmon.
Tuna's another story. I got to bring different stuff for tuna.
Roger, roger.
Yeah, that's the first law of Belton. Don't confuse the cooks.
All right, anyway. Enough of that. All right, this is KB5ZIV. You're still listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. Have we missed anybody this evening?
I think you've missed the truck driver up there at Belton on his edges.
Truck driver at Belton on his Yaesu.
W5SE.
What? I ain't heard Dennis yet.
Fired up, Dennis.
I thought I heard somebody in there a minute ago just underneath us when we got through fooling around, but I didn't catch the call.
Nah, I knew he was coming up here from 40 meters.
All right, Yellow Knothead, fired up.
Heck, he's asleep by now.
Probably. You got anything, guy?
Oh, no, just looking forward to seeing everybody, and I know we're going to have a good time, so everybody better bring their big boy britches and get ready for the fun, over.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody else wants to talk to me about boat anchors, come now. Hearing nobody, well, Jim, tie a bow on it, 73.
All right, brother. All right, folks. We appreciate everybody's participation. Because, guys, without you, we can't do this. I got 31 in here right now. So we had a bunch of folks check in this evening. Anyway, y'all have a good week. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see a bunch of y'all at Belton. If not, we'll hear y'all next Wednesday. 73s all the way around. We'll return this frequency back to normal amateur use. From KB5ZIV.
WA5EIJ, good net.
Yes, it were.
Yeah, good net. Good job.
Yeah, and just set that in the passenger seat, Dan, so you don't forget it.
Yeah, I've already got it in there and packed and covered up with plastic, Jay.
Alrighty. I've already got, I got everything but the food in mine.
I even went out and picked up Dougie's ICOM for him today. Got that packed in there.
Man, you're full up.
Getting that way. Well, I put something else in there that was big, too. I forgot what.
No kidding. The good-looking 220s don't usually stick around. They usually go.
Yeah, this one is nice looking. It's even got the good IMAC tubes in it. Thing puts out great power, but, I hate to stuff it in there and ride like it's limping down the road with one side dragging. We'll see. See how much other crap. Once I get the cooler in there, see if there's room for it.
Yeah, there you go.
Like you say, you got to have the important stuff first.
Yeah, the beauty of it is, though, if you sold it up there, you wouldn't have to worry about shipping.
Yeah.
Can't hardly ship those things anyway.